I told you I wasn't doing it, but here I am, doing it anyway. The 10 worst songs of 2020. Don't worry, we'll do the best songs next episode, but you gotta get the stink out of the way first. So, this top 10 list features no honorable mentions. We're just gonna go straight through 10, and there are some of these that are definite disappointments, like artists I like that maybe I was expecting better from and didn't get, or, for the most part, these songs are just bad, and it wasn't really that much of a surprise when they came out that they were bad, but, you know, it is what it is. So, without further ado, let's kick it off with number 10. Number 10 was a weird year for covers. Poppy, All the Things She Says, Billy Joe Armstrong made a full covers album, and Korn, in honor of Charlie Daniels, along with Nickelback, not Korn and Nickelback together, but they both did covers of Devil Went Down to Georgia. However, it's 3 Days Grace's cover of Somebody That I Used to Know that comes off as one of the most random covers of the year. I mean, there was also, I think it was Motionless in White's cover of Somebody Told Me, I think it was, of The Killers, but that one was okay. This one, though, I don't understand what 3 Days Grace was going for. I mean, ever since Adam Gonche left, this band has just gotten more and more and more simplistic and, frankly, more boring than they used to be. And this cover was just like, why? What's the point of this? And what really made it worse was there's no female vocalists, and it may not seem like it's that much of a big deal, but the whole point of what made Gautier's song so good was you had the male-female callback. You had both perspectives of this argument and this relationship that was going on. Here, you don't get that, and it just kind of seems like one guy whining his whole way through the track, and I don't know what else to say. 3 Days Grace really flopped on this, and to radio stations, stop playing this, because it's nothing special. Number 9 is just a disappointment. I mean, I loved Hayley Williams' album Petals for Armor, but to me the third track, Cinnamon, a little messy. Little messy. I mean, there's good parts here and there, but the verses don't do much, and the chorus is alright, I guess, but I don't like the little oohs and ahs that go around through it that are just so off-key that it's just amazing that it's that bad. Like, I don't know, like, there's so much more on that record that I would recommend to you than just Cinnamon. The fact that this was a single just makes me go, no. I'd tell you Simmer, I'd tell you Leave It Alone, I'd tell you other songs like Over Yet, Sugar on the Rim, Dead Horse, Watch Me As I Bloom. I would tell you plenty of other songs before I would tell you to go to this one. And I mean, I guess it was just a try by her, and to me, it was a swing and a miss. A lot of people like this, but even after many, many listening to the album over and over and over again, this is just one of the songs that hasn't really seemed to grow on me, and it's just, I guess, one that I'll never be able to like. I think we're really getting to the last of the disappointments here. Blink-182 promised an EP in the summer. We never got it. And they ended up giving us the song Quarantine, which was supposed to be off this EP. And I don't know with that one. They were hyping it up like, oh, it's going to sound like Take Off Your Pants and Jacket era Blink-182. And although the punk is more punk than usual from them, at least since their return, it's just cringy. I mean, the title track, or the title, Quarantine, should tell you what this track's about, but I don't know, it's just ugly to me. It's an ugly track, and I don't know, I guess Blink is just like, maybe if we just play fast now, people will be happy about it, and to me, I just couldn't really get into it. I couldn't really sing along as much as I could with other Blink songs, and would definitely prefer stuff off of their album 9 than this song in particular here. I wanted to put one of his actual songs on here, but remember when I said 2020 has been a weird year for covers? This was one of them. In the midst of Machine Gun Kelly promoting his pop-punk endeavors for Tickets to My Downfall, he thought it'd be cool to cover Misery Business by Paramore, and like on the album, Travis Barker is pretty much on all the tracks on drums, and to Travis Barker I have to say, why? Why did you tell him this was a good idea? Because again, when people say Machine Gun Kelly saved pop-punk, I like to think of it as they look at what he did, laugh at it, at how bad it is, and go listen to actual bands who are known for doing this very well. It's just bland and generic, and his voice, I mean, you're talking about Machine Gun Kelly doing a song that Hayley Williams sings, and I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but he couldn't sing in the first place, so what made him think that starting off with a Paramore song was the way to go when you have to match or, you know, at least get to somewhat to the vocal talents of Hayley Williams? It was just, I remember cringing listening to it. It was just so awful.
Look at her now. Watch her go. Wow. Look at her now.
There's not much to say about Selena Gomez's Look at Her Now. I mean, the goddamn chorus is just, like, obnoxious as hell, and it's just generic pop that the radio will play because, oh, it's a big name, a former Disney star that did this and that, and I don't know, they love to eat it up, but to me, I've pretty much said to myself, it's not worth listening to.
If my love ain't your love, it's never gonna be nobody's love, never gonna need nobody's.
I don't really know if Maroon 5 is just dead, or I don't know, really. They've released 2 songs within the past year, one being Memories, which, you know, I can vouch for that song. It's not like a cheesy breakup or cheesy love song. It's, you know, a memorial for their former, I think it was like stage manager or something, who passed away. The song wasn't that great, but at least it was more than just, oh, baby, I missed you, or, oh, baby, I love you. Yeah, however, Nobody's Love, the one we're talking about that made this list, is not only a love song, but it is a love song to marijuana. Not that I have a problem with marijuana in the slightest, but Adam Levine is singing this song like he's singing to a woman that he loves, only to find out that he's talking to his marijuana. This is a pro-marijuana song, how it, you know, the music video states that it's done this and that, nothing negative, and it should be legalized everywhere, which again I agree with, but why did you have to make it out like you're talking to a girl in this situation? It's like he tried to be creative with it, but in the end it just ended up being totally cringeworthy, and in the end, I mean, first listen I remember going, it's not that bad, but every time I hear it now and know what it's about, I just cringe in my seat, like, ugh, I can't take this song seriously anymore, knowing that he's talking about his marijuana while referencing what he would say to a woman. It's just weird. AJR, no, I don't understand. I really thought that, you know, when I had heard their one record a couple years ago, The Click I think it was called, that they could at least be somewhat okay, and I guess I was wrong in this case. They had an album out, a couple years, or last year I should say, it made my top 15 worst of list, and it was just bad. Not a whole lot, and now it seems like they're teasing like 2021 is going to be the year that they have another album, which I think would be their 4th album if I'm not mistaken, and Bummerland is just another one of those that's just kind of like generic, you know, relying a lot on more Imagine Dragon-esque type stereotypes here, where you have the heart-pounding drums and all this kind of stuff, but it's like too much, and that just chorus, and what the hell is Bummerland? Like, I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. Like, I get artist makeup awards all the time, but Bummerland was the best you can come up with? I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I've tried listening to this song multiple times just to see, and it's gotten worse each time. One thing positive I will say about Five Finger Death Punch is back then it seemed like they had some artistic talent. Were they good? Debatable, but they at least had some originality behind them. But then they started doing a lot of cover songs, and they got more and more generic to where I don't even think they're a metal band anymore. I'm sorry to say that, and I know a lot of fans will still say, well, they have these songs that are still metal, but, you know, they're kind of taking more of the route of let's do these kind of softer songs to help us get through with radio play and all this stuff, and A Little Bit Off is one of those ones, and the lyrics are cringy. It might have that little, you know, catchy melody to it, but that's really all it has going for it. It's just basically Ivan Moody crying again and just saying, I'm a little bit off, or I'm a little fucked up, as he says. It's just like all over the place lyric-wise, and just a bad way about going things. Like, this has been done more clever than what he's able to do. He's never been that great of a songwriter to begin with, so that's no surprise, but in the end, I go, you know, you tried to be serious, and you just laid an egg on this one.
Wet ass P word.
Make me dream, make it stream. Out in public, make the scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
Our runner-up for Worst Song of the Year, we have Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion with W.A.P. I'm not going to tell you what it stands for, because you two wouldn't like that, but I know I kind of defended this song back when it came out, stating that, you know, people are hypocritical when they say that this song is gross because Megan and Cardi are singing about, you know, sexual things, about being horny and wanting to fuck and all that kind of stuff. Because I said those are the same people complaining about this song are the same people that would say Slob on My Knob is okay. And, you know, I left it at that. I said if they want to make a song like this, that's fine, but it's still not a good song. I do like what they have going with the beat, but lyric-wise, there's some questionable lyrics, like when Cardi B calls her downstairs area mushy gushy. It's yeah, it's like a 10-year-old wrote it, or maybe even younger than a 10-year-old wrote it. It's just so ugh, but even a 10-year-old wouldn't be writing a song about you know, W.A.P. That's for sure. Hopefully not, but, you know, I mean, they can sing about whatever. That's not the problem. It's just the lyric-wise was pretty... Could have been better for trying to be a sexy song. That's all I gotta say. So what can be worse than the 9 songs that you just heard on the list? Well, back in January, Justin Bieber thought it'd be cool to announce his comeback with his album Changes coming out in February. But first, he had to drop the single of all singles. The single that would show you how much he matured. That single was Yummy.
Yeah, you got that yummy, yum, that yummy, yum, that yummy, yummy. Yeah,
He called his wife Yummy. Like, are we just supposed to, like, ignore that? Like, that's not weird at all? Like, it's not gross, but you're talking about a man who now is almost in his 30s, he's married, and he's using a term like yummy to describe his wife? Like, who has said that to their wife? What grown adult has said that to their girlfriend or wife at all? Like, nobody says that. They'll say other things to replace it, some things more vulgar than that, but, like, he talked about how mature it was going to be, and not just this song, but the whole album itself was not even that mature. It felt like same old Justin just hitting puberty with somewhat of a deeper voice in this case, and he tried to do more R&B songs, and it just tanked. The fact that he tried to ride this song with like 10 other versions. You had the country remix with Florida Georgia Line, the food fight remix, the remix. You had everything from this, and it just was like, you know, I think people ate it up for a while, but then you saw it in like Old Town Road. People were like, alright, this is getting annoying. We don't need 20 versions of the same song over and over again, especially for one that was never good in the first place. I'm just glad that we've forgotten about it, and I mean, Justin Bieber's recently popped up again with the song Holy, but after his album, no one really gave a shit about it, so I don't know. He's nominated for Grammys somehow and The Weeknd isn't, but that's just the Grammys for you. So yeah, that is it for the 10 worst songs to come out in the year 2020. Catch me next time when I will do the 10 best songs. Those were songs that grazed my ears that I will be recommending to you. So yeah, that basically does it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed You can tell me in the comments below what your least favorite songs of the year were. And until then, stay safe out there. Wear your mask, and I will catch you all in the next one.
Wet ass P word.